Hello, my name is Bair, and I'm the General Manager for Reclamation District 108, and I represent local farmers here on water issues. We're standing at the Wallace Weir fish trapping facility where salmon have made their way up the Yolo bypass. They're actually a little bit confused on their migration on their way back up to spawn. The reason for this is that the lower end of this floodway where the Sacramento River joins in, it's very tidal, so there's large flows coming in and out of both the Sacramento River and this flood channel. And what happens is salmon on their way from the ocean back up to their spawning grounds get confused by the flow in and out of the lower end of the bypass, and many of them will end up coming up the flood channel instead of the Sacramento River. When they reach the upper end of this Yolo bypass, there isn't a way for them to swim back up into the Sacramento River during low flood flows or where there isn't flood flows. And so the only water that's coming in is actually coming in from farm ground or the watershed on the west side of the Sacramento Valley. If the fish swim up into that channel, there's no way for them to re-enter the Sacramento River and actually spawn, so they're lost to the spawning. And many of these, or a couple of these salmon runs are actually on the endangered species list. So local, state, and federal officials, you have farmers and conservation groups are all cooperating on a series of projects to improve fish passage through this floodway. The fish passage projects will allow salmon to swim up through the bypass and back into the Sacramento River. So those have included a series of projects. One that was completed last year called the Knights Landing Outfall Gates Project. It's about a $2.5 million project. That one actually keeps salmon from steering off of their course out of the Sacramento River and into these farm drains. The second one we hope to complete this year. It's probably a $5 to $8 million project. It's a water control structure and a fish barrier, and then it's also a very kind of a modern, more capable fish capture facility that would prevent fish from moving into those farm drains. And then ultimately what we want the fix to be actually is a series of passageways, so some farm culverts that need to be improved so salmon can continue to swim up through the floodway, and then ultimately we need them to be able to swim through and back into the Sacramento River, and we hope to complete that project next year. It's important to remember that anymore how we operate the Sacramento River and the water supply projects is largely tied to survival of salmon. And so for agriculture and our water supplies, it's directly tied to the success of salmon. And that's what's motivated our farmers to be willing to pay for the time and energy to go out there and actually get some real things done on the ground that fix and help to improve salmon.